Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Hey everyone, so welcome back. I'm so sorry I haven't filmed anything in forever. My computer crashed, so it's finally back up and running, and I can finally start to kind of film videos and show you guys a little bit more about who I am and what I like to do. So to update you, I actually won another IT Cosmetics contest, which was so awesome. It was for Mother's Day, and I had to kind of write what I really liked about, being a mother or about my own mother. So I wrote about being a mom and my two awesome children because they mean the world to me. And then what came in the mail was a little package like this, and it had a bunch of little goodies in it. It had a lip liner. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Lips But Better Waterproof Lip Liner Stain, and this is in Romantic Rose, if you can see that color. And then I also won the Vitality Lip Flush Butter in Love, and this is the color. It's a little hard to see. Apologize. If I get better lighting on there. But anyway, it's like a really pretty, soft kind of rosy nude color. And then I also received a full-size Hello Lashes original mascara, the 5-in-1, and it has the same wand as the Hello Lash extensions. It just doesn't have the melted fibers in it, but it's still a really great product, smudge proof, long wearing, and it's really awesome. And then lastly, I received the Hello Light Cream Illuminizer, and this is just a cream stick. And it's the same kind of Hello Light Illuminizing powder, but it's going to be in a cream formulation, and it dries to a pretty soft, powdery finish. So I really like it because if you have combination skin, or even if you're a little bit more oily, you can still kind of pull it off because it'll work with some of the oils that are in your skin and just give you a really pretty natural glow. They work with their crystallized light technology, so you're not going to see a whole lot of glitter and mess on your cheeks. It's going to be just a very kind of bounce back, light reflective finish, and it's just naturally pretty. So I've already prepped my face, and I have on my Strivectin moisturizer, and I also have on under eye serum and under eye cream. And I've also put a very, very slight coat of the CC cream from IT Cosmetics, and I have the color medium. I'm a little bit darker than medium because I've been getting some sun from being outside. So I'm actually going to warm it up today with a little bit of the Celebration Foundation Illumination in Tan. And this is a really cool powder, and it infuses their best-selling highlighter right into the powder. It's a pressed powder, and it's wonderful. It just gives a very light, reflective, more youthful, more moisturized finish. So let's get started. I'm going to put another coat of this CC cream on. Just going to take a pump, and since I've already placed this on my face, I'm just going to work with the fluffy airbrushing foundation brush. This is the 101 blurring foundation from IT Cosmetics. This is a really buildable foundation. So now I'm going to take the Celebration Foundation in the color Tan, and I'm going to apply this all over my face with a buffing brush. This is the Sigma F80 Flat Kabuki brush. It's an awesome brush to really buff that color in. It's a little bit darker than what I am, but again, I'm a little bit deeper than medium, so this is just going to warm up my complexion. I'm going to try to avoid my under eye area because I'm going to be highlighting with concealer under there. Okay, so I'm just going to take it in, buff it out, tap out the excess, and buff this product in. Hey guys, so my video got a little kind of messed up there for a minute, and that's because I had to run to the door because this arrived, the friendship charm from Alex and Annie. As you can see, I love my Alex and Annie, and I just want to give a shout out to my BFF Danielle, who I call Bean. She's my best friend forever, and she just gave me an awesome charm for my birthday, so I just want to say thank you, and we'll get back to it. I've just finished kind of buffing in this color, this Celebration foundation. And I just buffed it in really good. I went down into my neck and my décolleté because, like I said, I'm not really quite as tan right now, but I just want to make sure that I get all this color blended out so that you really can't see that I'm not super tan. This foundation, Celebration foundation powder, is actually a full coverage powder. It's buildable full coverage, so it is a bit heavy. I like to have quite a bit of coverage throughout the day because I get very busy and I can't always touch up, and sometimes I like the natural look and I'll just wear the CC cream, but for full coverage and a really finished, polished look, I like to use both together. It's entirely up to you. And so the next step is I want to take a little bit of this Scotch tape. Sounds crazy. I'm going to put a little bit actually in the corners of my eyes because this is a really cool trick I use to kind of work with getting extremely perfect lines when you work with your eyeshadows and your eyeliners. And all you do is you just kind of go right into this area here. Determine how high you kind of want your wing to go, and it's going to go literally right in the corner here. Be careful of your eyelashes, give yourself some space in case you want to color underneath here. This is just a really cool trick to help you get a really perfect line. They don't have to match precisely on both sides because you want it to look natural and you don't want it to look too perfected or done up, but this just kind of gives you your setting point so that especially if you're just starting out with makeup or you're just learning to really apply your shadows properly and to also get the perfect wing, this is just a really cool trick to help keep everything in place. So the next thing I'm going to do is put Urban Decay primer all over, and I'm actually just going to work on one eye, and then I'm going to kind of speed it up and do the other eye so that this way we don't take up too much time. But I'm going to use a sample of the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and this is just the original formula. I have a lot of these samples, so before I buy another big bottle, I try to use these up. Don't use too much either. You want it tacky for the eyeshadow, but you don't want to have your eyelids so sticky that they're oily and everything falls off. So I'm just going to kind of emulsify that with my finger. If you can see that. Turn down this light a little. Okay, so I'm going to be working on this eye, showing you guys different colors, and then again, like I said, I'm going to kind of fast forward it and do the other eye so we don't take up too much time. I'm going to work with the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. I absolutely love this palette, as you've heard of in other videos. Each color blends beautifully, and to not take up too much time, they're all pretty much matte, kind of velour matte shades, so they're very rich, they're very blendable, very moisturizing, hydrating, anti-aging. They're all silk-based, I believe. And then it comes with a transforming pearl, so the transformer can take you to another level, basically. It kind of ups the ante. So you can start out with a matte shade and then progress it into something with a little bit more shimmer. I happen to really love the matte shades, especially for your day-to-day looks. They're just really beautiful, very blendable. You can go with your smoky tones, you can go with your soft, flirty, pinky tones. I'm going to kind of do just a basic everyday look today, okay? So the first thing I do is use this It Cosmetics blending brush. This is like a dual-sided eyeshadow blending brush. And it's got like this flatter point that's really good for working with eyeliner and just getting a whole lot more definition. And this part is a little bit more fluffy. I'm just going to use this to kind of blend this color Sheer Joy, which is the lightest color in the palette. I'm going to blend this all over my eyelid. I use this as my highlighter shade, so basically this is just a very pale shade that goes all over the eyelid, and it's going to help to kind of boost some of the other colors that you place on. The next thing I'm going to do is take this pinky color, and I'm going to kind of blend this onto the eyelid just to kind of give the eyelid a little bit more color, but not a whole lot, still keeping it kind of fair. You can use that same brush. This I'm going to press. By pressing it, you're going to get a whole lot more color action. Next thing I'm going to do is use another eyeshadow brush. This is an airbrush blending brush. This is the 107 from It Cosmetics. This is the It for Ulta brush line. I'm going to take the color Soulful, which is kind of a little bit even more pinky and rosy to stick with that family, and I'm going to blend that all into the crease. And the next thing I'm going to do is actually take this color Sunrise, and actually, you know what, I'm going to use Sunset, which is a little bit more salmon corally. I'm going to start with that in the crease, and then I'm actually going to soften it with the Sunrise. Sunset is just a beautiful color. It really takes, you'll see, it just takes this color to the next level. I'm going to mostly focus it on the outside corner here, and then just kind of blend it into the crease. But it's really going to help pop these colors, and also it enhances like green eyes and blue eyes. You'll just see that it really makes your eye color stand out. And I'm just kind of doing these back and forth strokes until it's blended out to what I feel comfortable with. And then I'm going to take that Sunrise, like I said, and just soften it up a little bit so it's not too bold, since it's more of a daytime look. Just going to focus this more on the top portion of this color that we just placed. And it's just so it just keeps it really soft and peachy and corally, and just going to give it a really warm glow. Next thing I'm going to do is, this is from Cosmetics, the very small pencil brush. I'm going to be using this under the eye to just kind of do some more warmth and color underneath there. I'm actually going to take the color Java, which is fairly dark. I'm going to start with this Java color and then kind of soften it a little bit. So Java, as you can see, it gave me quite a dark line, and now I'm going to take this kind of sunset color and soften it, and then I'm going to go on top of that with Sunrise again. So those are really good transition colors to take you from something so dark to a little bit softer. So first again with Sunset. And if you can see that it softened it just slightly, and then we'll take that Sunrise again. And just try to tone it down even more so that it's still a nice strong line underneath, but we're softening it up a bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with that original fluffy brush, and I'm just going to place right here in the brow bone area. I'm going to go back in with Sheer Joy just to soften the look up a little bit. And then last but not least, I'm going to take another fluffy brush. This is from Cosmetics. And I'm actually going to take this kind of mocha color. It's a little bit cooler than the colors we've been using. And I'm just going to place this in the outside corner of my eye. I'm using a fluffy brush because the more fluffy the brush, the less placement you get. So it gives it a more whipped airbrushed look. But I'm just going to kind of focus it right in this corner here. So if you can see where this tape is, where the line is. And I just kind of want to fluff this mocha color right into this outside V, because I really want to give it a little bit more depth, but without keeping it too smoky. So the next thing I'm going to do is go right into my eyeliner, and I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics No-Tug Waterproof Gel Eyeliner Pencil. Looks like this, and it's a roll up, so it rolls up and it rolls down. And I'm going to work with this, and also I'm going to use a little bit of an eyeliner brush. This is actually like an Old Beach Cosmetics lip brush, but I'm going to use it for eyeliner so that while this is still wet, you have about 15 seconds to really work with it and be able to like wing it out a little bit and just kind of smooth it out so it doesn't look too choppy, the liner. So, you know, I suggest working pretty quick with it. And I'm going to actually look this way for a mirror, and hopefully you can see. When you apply liner too, kind of take your time with it and really get that skin that's in between where your actual lashes are and the actual lid itself. So I have the base with my gel liner, and then my little trick is I just take a little bit of a very super slim, this is from L'Oreal Super Slim Infallible 12-hour liquid liner, and it's got a very pointed felt tip. And this is where the tape comes in handy and works really well. I'm just going to trace the tape actually, and I'll show you first. You're just going to kind of trace the corner of that tape right on top of it. And then trace over the portion of the gel eyeliner that you've already put. So you're tracing the side here, then going across the lid, creating a perfect wing each time. And it's just totally mess-proof and foolproof, so that this way, if you're unsteady with your, liquid liner or even just any kind of eyeliner, this allows you to get the ultimate control and definition. So with this, you can kind of control how high up you want your wing. I don't want the wing too high because it is a daytime look. So the next step is just kind of letting this dry. And then we remove the tape, and just be really careful and gentle when you remove it, okay? And always, of course, pull upward because you want to work with the direction of the face and keeping the face very lifted and defined. And so now you can see you have a perfect line, a perfect wing. You don't have to worry about wiping underneath. You don't have to worry about cleaning up with like a makeup towelette or a cream. It's all set and ready to go. The only thing I do recommend is maybe going in with a foundation brush or a fluffy brush and just doing one quick swipe to make sure any fallout is off the eye, and then you can go into your concealer. So I'm actually going to finish working on the other eye, and then I will come back to you guys and we'll go over a little bit of highlighting and contouring. Okay, so I went in and I completed the other eye, and then the only difference that I did was I actually took that eyeliner and I put it right into the waterline ever so slightly just to give it a little bit more drama. I do have larger eyes, so I actually want to shrink them down a little bit, and by putting it right into the waterline, it just kind of slims the eye down a little bit, still keeping it oval, but not so much lid space. So I took off the tape on both sides. I have fairly equal lines. They're just very clean, very finished. And the very last thing that I want to do now is just put on some concealer. So this is the Bye Bye Under Eye Waterproof It Cosmetics Concealer in Neutral Medium. And I'm going to use this small kind of foundation brush from Real Techniques. And this is a very creamy, thick consistency, this concealer, so work with it kind of sparingly until you get comfortable with it. And I'm going to use this flat tip brush to kind of soften it up a bit. And I'm going to apply this kind of in like a triangular shape, like a side triangle, just kind of coming down the side of my nose here and up towards my temple area. This is going to kind of highlight underneath the eye and just brighten and lift so that it looks like I've rested well. And I'm going right up to where I kind of drew that eyeshadow underneath my eye. I'm also going to come down the bridge of my nose and right up here into this T-zone area, right above my brows into the center of my face. This is going to bring a whole lot of light coming forward to really soften and brighten the face. This is the It Cosmetics Blurring Concealer 103 brush. It's very fluffy. It looks like a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I've used it for both. I'm going to use it today to blend it out with my concealer and also using a beauty blender sponge, which has already been kind of pre-moistened. You submerge it in water and kind of squeeze it until the products fill, and then you can kind of squeeze it out and dry it up a little bit. So it makes it easier to kind of blend your concealers out. So I've kind of very lightly blended it out. There's quite a bit more blending left to do, but I want to add my contour in. And for that, I'm going to use Coconut from the Maybelline Fit Me Stick Foundation. And I'm coming right into the hollow of my cheekbone. I don't know if you can see that. Right under my chin. I go under my lip to kind of give it a fuller appearance, right above the highlight in the temples here, and also along my forehead and my nose. This is a great product, this stuff. And I'm surprised I don't see it too much on YouTube, unless I'm just not looking properly for it. So I'm going to actually blend out with a dual-sided It Cosmetics brush. This has a concealer and a buffing brush. I'm going to use the buffing side just to really buff it into my cheeks. This is just giving a lot more dimension to the face, so it doesn't look like an empty plane. I go right up behind my ears too, because you never know, if you pull your hair up, you want it to look nice and blended. Okay, now is the beauty blender part. I'm going to go in and start balancing this and kind of rolling it towards my hairline. This is going to really soften the concealer. And I'm just going to go back in with my foundation brush and just soften up the lines so it doesn't look too harsh. And we're going to set this whole thing with more powder. Okay, so the contour is kind of blended out now with the cream portion, and now I'm going to go in with the Vitality Disc from It Cosmetics. And it's the powdered version. It's got your powdered contour, bronzer, your more neutral kind of apricot-y pink blush, and a very soft crystallized highlighter. So I'm just going to kind of work with what I've already placed in the cream formation, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the powder on to kind of set it and lock it in place. So I'm going to use that same kind of fluffy brush. And just kind of Kind of contour my nose very slightly. I'm going to go in with a blush brush now, also from It Cosmetics. This is like an angled kind of contour blush brush. I'm going to use this for the blusher. Just kind of really pack that color in, tap it out a little so it's softer. Just kind of focus it on the apple of the cheek. And also right above that contour line, just to give it a very natural flushed appearance. And then last but not least, we're going to finish off with some highlighter. I'm just going to use an eyeshadow brush for my highlighter because I like it to be very sheer, the highlighter. I'm going to start with the cream stick first and just kind of place it right on top of the cheekbone, right along the side here. So it's right where that light hit it. Okay. And go right in the temples, right down the bridge of the nose. Okay. I work with my fingers. You can also blend out with your beauty blender too, to soften it and make it look really soft and sheer. This is going to give a whole lot of glimmer and shine to the face, and it's beautiful. I also go into the top of the apples. And then I'm going to set it with a highlighting powder so it stays all day. Okay, so I'm going to go put my eyebrows on and mascara, and hey everyone, so I finished the look off. I put my eyebrows on, and I also did 2 coats of the Hello Lashes mascara, and then I finished it off with the Romantic Rose lip liner. Now let me see if I can find it. So I used Romantic Rose from It Cosmetics, and I love this liner a lot. The color is like exactly like NYX Mauve, and it's exactly like Whirl from MAC. So it's in that kind of like nudie mauve family. The only difference is because it is a roll-up style pencil and it's not a sharpened fine point. For me, I like to kind of define the edges more because I have very small lips. So when I overdraw them, I need something a little bit deeper. So I actually went all the way to NYX Brown to get like a more defined, crisp line on the outside, which is kind of more of a Marilyn trick. And I just kind of worked my way into a dark, or to a lighter color, excuse me. And then also, like she used to do, I put a glossy balm. This is Lovely Mocha from L'Oreal, and it's a roll-up balm, and I just kind of dab that in the center just to kind of give it a more wet, more, pouty finish. It's a lot for an everyday look, so you could maybe just stick to the Romantic Rose, which would give you a very nude lip, and it's also long wear waterproof, so it's going to stay in the lip and really stay with you for a while. But that's entirely up to you. I just like a little bit more dimension, and I like my lips to look more full and more pouty to get more of like a Khloe Kardashian pouty finish. So this is the completed look. I don't know if you guys can see that. I know it's kind of hard, so again, I apologize. I'm hoping to get, a new system going where I can kind of learn more. But you can see a little bit of the definition and the contour and the highlight, and it's just, it's a really fun look, flirty look, and it's amazing that you can achieve so much with It Cosmetics. I mean, this particular Vitality Disc is a must-have, I feel, because it's like universal shades, everybody can use it. It's a beautiful matte bronzer. It's long wearing. It's extremely good for your skin. I love It Cosmetics, and even though I didn't use completely all of It Cosmetics, I do have some products here. Like I have my eyebrows were MAC, my lips had NYX, but you can achieve so much with It Cosmetics. They're a great line. I really stand behind them. I think they're wonderful. And they have just skin-loving, nurturing ingredients, which you can never go wrong with. So I'm going to finish my look before I head out the door. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Spray, and this is just going to lock it in place so that everything kind of stays with me and gives me a long 12-hour wear. So with this, you just work in an X, and then you just kind of work in a T. So here we go. And I do it right at the end because I like it to kind of give it a little bit more of a wet look, and then it dries into a really nice matte, no shine finish. I have a bunch of glow from the Glow products that I've used from IT Cosmetics, so this is great because it kind of traps the glow in so that it doesn't look like Crisco, because that is not fly. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any questions, comments, feedback, things that you want to share with me, just comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. Thank you guys for watching.